Hey guys, Hustle here with Fable 3. We're going to continue on. Okay, let's continue on.
You've made it. Just like I always knew you would. It doesn't get any easier though. You have a country to run now.
But I want to spin around.
Busy in the sanctuary, you'll need a new personal aide. Someone who can keep you organized. Let me introduce you to...
Hobson. Hobson's the name, Your Majesty.
You might want to change your
name.
name.
Extraordinary honor it is to serve you.
Or people will call you Hobby.
I have a vast wealth of experience, I assure you, though
After
I have yet to experience vast wealth. That, Your Majesty, is an example of the sense of humor which will no doubt make our time together such a delight.
No doubt. Well, I'll leave you two to get better acquainted. I should begin preparations for the trial.
The trial, of course. The very first item on today's agenda. Among my other qualities, I am well versed in toadying, public relations, and time management. And I heartily believe the key to being a successful king is following a well-scheduled royal agenda. If you will permit me, here are today's appointments.
Judge Logan, former king of Albion, set tax policy, talk to Reaver and Ballstone Industries, consider proposal, never mind. All quarter except.
I'm sure you will do a marvelous job presiding over your brother's trial, which, as I said, will be your very first royal duty. Your subjects await in the throne room for what is sure to be an historic occasion, Your Majesty.
Okay, let's go, apparently. What are we gonna do to Logan, whatever his fucking name is? Saving, thanks.
All stand to attention for the King of Albion. Logan, former King of Albion, you stand accused today of crimes against the kingdom and its people. Those who brought you to justice will now speak.
There's not a soul alive in the kingdom who hasn't suffered for his glory, and plenty who've died for it. I says, let him have some death of his own.
Look, I'm not one for lopping people's heads off, but we saw Major Swift executed like it was a bloody circus act. He deserves nothing less as far as I'm concerned.
But aren't we better than that? Isn't that why we fought to be here now? I've seen what Logan has done to this city. People starving to death, children forced to work. But killing him now won't solve anything.
It is not my place to decide his fate, but his betrayal condemned many of my people to death. He promised us salvation, and then left us to face the darkness alone.
I had good reason to break that promise, and I had good reason for the crimes you claim I committed. The day I returned to Albion, I received a visit from a blind seer, Teresa, our father's guide. She showed me the future of this kingdom. The darkness in Aurora is coming here, bringing death, destruction, the end of our way of life. The sacrifices I had to make, I did them to protect Albion. If a few had to suffer, it was to build an army. If a few had to die, it was to save a country. I have spent years preparing for this attack. Let me stand by your side now, and all my soldiers will be yours to command. Let us face the coming darkness, together.
This is true. If it's really coming here, we are all in grave danger.
You have the power over life and death, brother.
Pardon or execute? Pardon or execute? I'm a pardon. Because I played good through this playthrough.
This is not the time for revenge. We need your help, Logan.
The king has made his decision. Logan's life will be spared.
I know you will never forgive me for the things I've done. You told me so once, remember?
Of course I do.
But what matters now is that we defend our land. The castle is yours, and so is the
Look at
throne.
glitchy at the
I'm glad to be rid
right
of them.
corner. 2 models in one. Just like 2 of the models are taking space in one space. Crazy, huh? Oh, right here.
You have fulfilled the first part of your destiny. You were little more than a child when you left the castle. You have become a hero, a leader, and now, finally, a monarch. But your journey is not yet done. Now you are king. You can know the truth. Albion will soon be attacked, and the threat could not be greater.
And what we're doing now? Oh, okay. Oh, not
Darkness is coming to our
shit.
land. It cannot be reasoned with, it cannot be halted. The ruler of Albion is all that stands between the world we inhabit and that darkness. That is why you had to take your brother's place.
Ooh,
The course of history demands it. If you do
Shit.
not succeed, everything we know will come to an end.
that is not good. It's darkness. It's gonna consume everything.
Why didn't you tell me all this at the start? It was never about Logan, was it?
I told you what you needed to know, and I never spoke anything but the truth. With Logan on the throne, Albion would have been doomed. This much I know. Only with a hero wearing the crown do we stand a chance of survival.
And how do I stop it?
You won't. Its arrival is inevitable. 1 year from now, the darkness will fall upon Albion. All you can do is prepare, and hope to save as many of your people as you can. How you do so is up to you. 2 paths lie ahead. You may keep the promises you have made and be known as a benevolent ruler. But understand that doing so will leave little to spend on the kingdom's protection and may lead you to disaster. It is not easy to be popular and keep the treasury full, unless you are willing to sacrifice your personal wealth. But you may also choose to break those promises, to harm your people in order to save them. You will not lack the means to build the army you need, but you will be hated. This path will cast you in the role of a tyrant, as it did your brother. You have 1 year to do what Logan could not. Be the ruler that readies Albion for the greatest threat it has ever faced, and be the hero that can stand against it.
Ooh. Tough choice. Be a good and have weak army, or be evil and have a big army. Let's see what's here. Range 5, magic 5, unable to buy anything. Melee? Okay. Damn. Yeah, well, I'm being good, so I'm gonna choose good path. What's this? What's it say? Travel to the... Huh, merge. Seems there's gonna be another portal, too, because it looks like we have to enter through here eventually.
Your Majesty, I'm not sure what to say after receiving such news. The darkness that is coming. People won't understand what it means. Nobody could, without living through it first. We need to prepare. If we can't stop the attack from happening, we have to be ready when it comes. Having Logan's troops on our side is a good start. But you will need to raise a fortune to pay for the army we'll need. Hobson will show you the treasury, and I'm sure he can explain just how to fill it.
Indeed I can.
Then I will leave you to it. Ben and I will begin recruiting and training soldiers at once.
If you will follow me, Your Majesty.
Okay.
Oh, how I have looked forward to this moment.
Seriously. What happened to...
This
what's
is
his
it.
face?
Albion's royal treasure.
Jasper.
The
Isn't that his
store of
name?
the kingdom's total wealth.
400,000.
It's, well, not as replete as one would like, but just imagine this room shimmering with hills, valleys, and plateaus of gold. A topography of riches going all the way up to the ceiling. It will require nothing less to build this army everyone is talking about. Which brings us to the second item on today's agenda, and one I'm personally very excited about. Setting the tax rate for the coming year. As you probably know, your brother was taxing the people rather heavily, and some say that this has led to poverty, starvation, and other societal ills.
Ouch.
You have three clear choices, Your Majesty. One, lower the tax rate, which one could argue would help the poor and the hungry, but would also leave the treasury in a miserable state. Two, maintain Logan's policies. Not a popular move with the people, but moderately popular with the treasury. And three, and don't let my enthusiasm influence you in any way, raise the taxes even further. True, many will suffer in the short term, but we will be able to protect the kingdom and run our fingertips over vast amounts of gold in this very room. What will it be, Your Majesty?
Let's lower.
Very well, Your Majesty. Well,
Ouch.
how very noble. Yes, I suppose noble is the word. How very noble of you. The
Ouch.
people are no doubt dancing in the streets.
I really have to go and make a
And we
shitload of money.
are bankrupt. You will need to be more ruthless if you wish to save the kingdom, Your Majesty. There are other, less salubrious means of filling the treasury, of course. You may donate your own gold, should you have enough. Though I must say, such charity is unheard of. However you decide to proceed, you should acquaint yourself with the Royal Ledger. It is a logbook that allows the reigning monarch to make deposits and withdrawals from the treasury. A most useful financial tool. But my, look at the time. You really ought to attend to the next item on today's agenda. Reva has a most intriguing proposal for you in Bowerstone Industrial. Now, I know you have had your differences, but it is time to put those behind you and work together. Nobody can raise money like Reva can, I assure you. I have seen to it that your appearance among the populace is well publicized, so expect a crowd.
Great. Oh man, I'll sit there and make a shitload of money, I guess. That's just great.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
But I want to go and travel.
I cannot tell you what joy it
There it
brings
is.
me to see you crowned king at last.
Yeah, I'm gonna be ending this episode now. I'm gonna go and make a lot of money, because we need money. Seriously, it's a lot of money. So, see you when I'm done in the next episode. So, bye.